Welcome to Janet Teaches DRU Yoga. What I thought I'd just introduce you to in this few minutes, this short video, is the idea of the energy centers of the body, the chakras as we refer to them. Because we often talk about, when we're practicing yoga, we talk about energy and unblocking it and so forth. So I wanted to give you a little bit of the background and detail to it. Now, we work with the energy centers. There are 7 of them which relate to the 7 colours of the rainbow. So if I just share my screen with you, and you can see this list here. And it refers, I've got colour therapy, Reiki and yoga, because we use those throughout. That's what we use it for. I teach colour therapy, I treat people with it, with Reiki, and of course yoga. Now you've got 7 centres which start at the base of the body. So I'm going to try and speak clever here and see if I can actually share 2 things with you. Yeah, I think I can. No, I can't. Right, so we'll do this first and then we'll go back to the other one. 7 centres. We start at the base, the root chakra, and this is the colour red. Now, red, it's your legs, and it's also the lower body, the sexual centres as well, the reproductive centres. So often it's easier to relate to how we use colour in language. So we talk about painting the town red. You know, you've got your red nails, your red lipstick, you're out to catch a man, you're looking for a mate, you know. So it's not romantic, it's sexual, but it's attracting. Equally, the red, we say red rag to a bull, so that there's a lot of anger and energy, and that's all that base chakra, because it's giving you the energy as well if you need to get away from that bull and run. So your energy there. You move up to the area just below the waist, what I always refer to as the tummy area. And this is orange. And this is your sacral chakra. And that's about being balanced. Again, if you're feeling unbalanced, what you would be saying is, I've got butterflies in my tummy, or I feel sick to my stomach. So you're feeling your emotions in that tummy area. Okay, so we need that to be balanced. But it's also an area of where you want to think and act creatively. So if you need some of that, then boost your energies with some orange. Next up, it's actually on your waist, on your navel, this solar plexus, the sunshine colour, yellow, well, my favourite colour. This is very much about confidence, and it's where the ego sits. Now, the ego isn't always about egotistical, which often it gets a bad reputation, but your ego is your self-confidence, which you need, and self-love, and so on. So that sits on your waist. Then you move up to the heart's chakra, the green, the colour of nature, the balancing between those lower warm colours and the higher, as we come to them, the cooler colours. And heart chakra, it's nature, it's balance, it's the pure joy of nature. So you really want to be feeling balanced, and that's promoted by green. Your throat chakra, sitting here, pale blue of the summer sky, I always refer to it as. And that's indicating not just an ability to speak, but to speak your truth. We could be saying things and we could actually be telling a lie, or we could just be going along with everybody else. This is the ability to speak your truth. And then you've got your third eye here, right in the middle of the brow. So I'll sometimes refer to as the brow center. And that is indigo, the deep blue of the night sky. And this gives your thinking self your ability to think things through, your intellect, your knowledge of who you are rather than feeling who you are. This is the thinking self. And right at the top, actually just above, if I just come down a bit, it's just above the crown center, the crown chakra. And this is violet. And this is about doing good for others. You've come through the sexual, the survival instinct, to now right up to the top, doing good for others. You've reached your spiritual self, if you like. So if I show you that on, let me see, on my sharing here, I've given you as a little chart. So, you can go to this recording at any time and reflect on it. So I've also given you the Sanskrit names. So root is Muladhara, sacral Svadhisthana, solar plexus Manipura, heart Anahata, throat Vishuddhi, brow is Ajna, crown is Sahasrara, and you've come all the way up. So it gives you what the colour is, obviously, what it physically represents, what it emotionally represents, the mental representation, and finally the spiritual. So if I take, for instance, green, and spiritually it is the spirit of wealth, spirituality of wealth. Now in a situation where you're talking about in the material way, then you are talking, we talk about the colour of money is green, and it is that kind of wealth. But spiritual wealth, that's something far greater. It's the wealth you have in who you are, in the people around you, in life as a whole. So very different. And again, indigo, it's physically ears, eyes, nose, pituitary gland. Emotionally, it's about trust and self-knowledge. So that knowledge bit, I understand, I know myself. Mentally, it's your intuition, that bit that goes beyond pure knowledge that you can read about, but your intuition, your intellect. And spiritually, then it's that psychic insight. It's allowing you spiritual growth. So you can see how they are different. And if you want to balance you'll know if those are out of balance. If you therefore want to then balance them and feel that you need a bit more of this, or it feels, then wear that color. If I want to increase my energy, wear some red trousers, red knickers, red underpants, red skirts, red trousers. It's about, that's where the energy is needed. So you can do it in that kind of way. If you feel there is a blockage, what we can also do is, on a physical level, clear those chakras. So I'm going to just come back to, I'm going to stop sharing. Whoops. There we are. Come back to me. Hello. And I want to just show you something that we do use in one of our sequences. We actually use it a lot in the seat of compassion. So I'm just going to shift my chair out of the way. Okay. And bring you round here. I'll take you back a bit. It's all movement today, isn't it? And just bringing you back. I know you can't quite see my feet, but you don't need to too much. Now you're going to link your fingers, and you're going to have your legs a reasonable distance apart. And you're literally going to circle round. So I'm going to come down first of all. I'm going to be circling in front of my feet. So I dip the knees and I come round, big circle. And then I come in front of my knees. And then in front of the lower part of my body. And then across my tummy. And then my waist, my heart, my throat, front of the forehead, and then round the top of the head, and then gently release. So that's a nice way of just bringing yourself back into balance by doing the circling, by the clearing of the chakras. So I hope that's given you quite a bit to think about and relate to how we talk about colour, how we wear colour, the meaning that you're giving out to people. I do a whole workshop just on colour and the chakras, which is fascinating. But in the meantime, just think of what centres you're working whenever you do any of your yoga. So thank you very much. I hope that's found interesting. Namaste.